Ever wondered why the Leaning Tower of Pisa leans? Or why the Millennium Tower in San Francisco sank more than a foot and tilted 2 inches? The answer is building defects, an unfortunate reality in the world of architecture and construction. Take a journey from Italy to the United States, and you'll encounter countless examples of buildings suffering from various defects. The Leaning Tower of Pisa, an iconic structure, leans due to a foundational defect. Built on a weak subsoil, the tower began to lean during its construction in the 12th century. Despite attempts to correct the tilt, the tower continued to lean until stabilization efforts in the late 20th and early 21st centuries. Across the Atlantic, the Millennium Tower, a modern residential high-rise in San Francisco, has sunk 17 inches and tilted 14 inches since its completion in 2008. The culprit? A combination of a concrete slab foundation and weak compressible clay soil, which together have led to uneven settlement. These are just 2 examples of architectural defects, which can be broadly categorized into 3 types: design defects, construction defects, and material defects. Design defects occur when the architectural design of a building doesn't adequately consider the local environment or the intended use of the building. The John Hancock Tower in Boston is a classic example of a design defect. The 60-story tower, completed in 1976, originally featured large glass windows, which due to thermal stress and wind pressure began popping out and crashing onto the streets below. The entire building had to be reglazed with smaller panes to remedy the situation. Construction defects, on the other hand, occur during the building process. The Ray and Maria Stata Center at MIT, designed by the renowned architect Frank Gehry, suffered from significant construction defects, including major structural problems, mold growth, and pervasive leaks. Despite its impressive design, the building required extensive and costly repairs just a few years after its completion in 2004. Finally, material defects come down to the quality of the materials used in construction. The Silver Bridge collapse in 1967, which resulted in the loss of 46 lives, is a tragic reminder of what can happen when inferior materials are used. The cause was traced back to a tiny defect in a single eye-bar in a suspension chain, a defect that went undetected due to the lack of proper inspections. From the Leaning Tower in Pisa to the sinking tower in San Francisco, from popping windows in Boston to leaking roofs in Cambridge, and from an unsteady bridge in West Virginia to a collapsing walkway in Kansas City, building defects can cause significant problems, including structural instability, property damage, and even loss of life. To summarize, building defects can be categorized into design defects, construction defects, and material defects. They can be caused by a variety of factors, including poor design, faulty construction, and inferior materials. The consequences of these defects can be severe, and in some cases catastrophic. Remember, building defects aren't just an architectural or construction issue, they're a human issue. They remind us of the importance of careful design, meticulous construction, and rigorous testing. So the next time you marvel at a towering skyscraper or a historic monument, spare a thought for the hidden challenges and unseen defects that might lie beneath the surface.